Top of the muffin to you, my fellow Kiss fans. This is It's All for You Demons, celebrating the fun of being said Kiss fan. She's got a good taste. One of the things as a Kiss fan that we are blessed with is the opportunity to enjoy two completely different eras of the band. And simply broke down, those are the makeup era and the non-makeup era. And that is what I am going to focus on today. The greatest hits of the two eras of Kiss. And so today, for the sake of celebrating two incredible eras of the band, we are pitting Double Platinum, released April 2nd, 1978, the greatest hits of the makeup era, against Smashes, Thrashes, and Hits, released November 15th, 1988, a greatest hits released during the non-makeup era. And in the past, when I've done these album versus album videos, I've always picked a definite winner at the end of the video. I'm gonna go ahead and pick the winner now because it's pretty obvious. Double Platinum, the better of the two greatest hits. Now let's talk fun. Now in the heyday of the mid-70s, after the success of Alive, Kiss really went into overdrive and released albums relentlessly. In 1976, you had the release of Destroyer and Rock and Roll Over. And then in 1977, you had the release of Love Gun and Alive 2. So at the end of 1977, early 1978, when the band began working on their solo albums and began talks for filming Kiss Meets the Phantom of the Park, Casablanca kind of got scared and thought, we need to put a product out so people do not think the band is breaking up. Enter Double Platinum, produced by Kiss and Sean Delaney. So what Sean did was basically take tracks from all of the band's studio albums, remix them into this greatest hits package, and Casablanca spun it more like an award to Kiss, celebrating the double platinum success of Kiss, the decade's rock sensation. When, in actuality, it was a PR campaign to ensure kids that Kiss was not breaking up and to get your money. But to me, the fun of this album is in the packaging and the remixing of songs. Now, my favorite tracks from Double Platinum, the ones that I consider to be the most fun, are Strutter 78, Hard Luck Woman, Calling Dr. Love, She, Beth, and Black Diamond. I love the remixes of these songs. Now, Strutter 78 basically just has a sped up hi-hat, but Hard Luck Woman, Calling Dr. Love, She, and Black Diamond really contain a remix value to those songs, and I absolutely love them. I think they are so much fun. And on a side note, someday if I ever win the lottery, I want to buy a 1978 black Trans Am and have my license plate read Strutter 78. And the inner gatefold with these embossed Mylar photos of the band are so freaking awesome. I absolutely love the Ace one. That is my favorite. And I got to thinking, you know how they are releasing now those 3D art hanging albums? I think they have one for the first album and Destroyer. I say do one for this. Do one for the gatefold of Double Platinum and have Mylar faces jumping out of a silver background like this. If you did it right, I think it would be extremely cool. And this, like I said, is one of my favorite Kiss album packages. I think it is simply so much fun. And as I stated earlier, Double Platinum is clearly the victor in this album-to-album comparison. This is the best greatest hits package the band has ever released in its catalog. If you ever wanted to introduce someone to the awesome rock songs of Kiss, this would be your portal. And to the victor belong the spoils. Now on the other side of the coin, released during the non-makeup era of the band, you had a second greatest hits called Smashes, Thrashes, and Hits. And what set this apart from Double Platinum was that Smashes actually contained 2 new songs. But other than that, Smashes really fails in comparison to Double Platinum. The song selection is a mix of makeup songs and non-makeup era songs. However, minus the 2 brand new songs, the makeup songs outnumber the non-makeup era, and the mixing on this album is horrible. Like the I Love It Loud from Creatures of the Night sounds like a rated R version, this sounds like it's rated G. But I will say, fun-wise, this album is very, very close to my heart. I became a Kiss fan in the winter of 1988. Kind of around Christmas time, Christmas break of high school, my freshman year, my friend Dan officially dove me in to the Kiss pool. As I began collecting the band's records, this was the brand new Kiss record at the time. So in a way, this was my very first brand new Kiss record. And I have mentioned before on these videos, I grew up with a very religious mom. By the time I got into the band Kiss, my parents were divorced, and so it was just me and my mom in the house. My sister was away at college, and my mom was the kind of mom that would believe anything televangelist said. And in the 80s, a lot of what they talked about was the evils of rock and roll. So I was pretty leery on what I let her know I listened to. My Motley Crue Shout at the Devil cassette tape, I scratched off with a pocket knife at the devil. So my album was actually called Motley Crue Shout. And when it came time to buy Smashes, Thrashes, and Hits on compact disc, I had my mom drive me to a local record store in town, and I picked up the box. That was back when CDs still came in those long cardboard boxes. I picked up that box, and my heart sunk to the floor when I saw this. Now, I knew the song Let's Put the X in Sex was going to be on the record, but I didn't plan on Kiss promoting it on a sticker on the album cover. So here I was, 14 years old, scared to death that my mom is not going to approve of the band Kiss, and the CD I am buying has on the cover, Let's Put the X in Sex and You Make Me Rock Hard. So, being the cunning boy I am, I took things into my own hands. So, I bought the CD, they put it into a giant yellow sack, and before I walked out of the door, I untied both of my shoes. Then, outside, as the door closed behind me, I kneeled to the ground and pretended to tie my shoes, while my hand was stuffed inside the yellow bag, scratching off this sticker like my life depended upon it. Which it did, because I knew the minute I got in that car, she was going to ask to look at this album cover. Luckily, I scratched off the CD, and as predicted, when I got in the car, she said, "Let me see it." She eyeballed the front cover, sans sticker, and I was golden. Then she flipped the box around, and I sat there frozen in my seat, thinking, please don't see Heaven's on Fire. Please don't see Heaven's on Fire. Please don't see Heaven's on... And Lord willing and the creek don't rise. She didn't see it, and that day, I officially became a record-buying Kiss fan. Now, as mentioned before, the mixing on this album is god-awful. But fun-wise, I always felt Kiss could have done a lot more and made this an awesome greatest hits of the non-makeup era. Now these are the tracks that I consider to be fun, and the highlighted tracks are what I consider that Kiss could have done better to make this album a more non-makeup era greatest hits. And the tracks I like are Let's Put the X in Sex, You Make Me Rock Hard. I love Desmond Child working with Paul Stanley. Those songs have tremendous radio hooks in them, and I'm not ashamed to admit I love those songs. I would have removed from this album any song that was on Double Platinum, which a lot of them were. I would have added Shandy, War Machine. I like I Love It Loud on this album, however, the mixing is horrible. I would have added All Hell's Breaking Loose. I like Lick It Up, Heaven's on Fire. I would have added Million to One, All Night, Radar for Love. I love Tears for Fallen on this record. That's a great representation of the non-makeup era. I love I Was Made for Loving You. That was really my first introduction to the Dynasty album, was hearing that song on this greatest hits, which Dynasty ended up being one of my favorite Kiss albums of all time. And I would have closed this record with Thrills in the Night, a great non-makeup era song. I think if Kiss would have added more songs from 79 to 88, this album would have been a greatest hits in the band's catalog. So there you have era versus era, greatest hits versus greatest hits, double platinum versus smashes, thrashes, and hits. Double platinum, clearly the victor in this comparison, but both albums are fun in their own right. Smashes, very close to my heart, as that was my first steps into all of this, into this wonderful world of being a Kiss fan. Thank you for hanging with me. Take care, be safe, never stop having fun, and I will talk to you soon. This is what goes on when I film these videos. Everyone is really interested in my topic. Which do you like better? Double platinum or smashes? It's okay. Your secret's good with me. We